this is BVLP. Today in this video we are going to discuss the basic properties of static electricity, which is also known as electrostatics. In this video we are going to discuss about the charged particles and their properties. Here this is very important to know the basic concepts of static electricity before entering into the further topics like electromagnetism, electromagnetic induction and other related topics. Unless you know thoroughly the basic properties of static electricity, it is not possible to you to understand the main concepts of electromagnetism and other related topics. So students, before entering into the subject, before starting the subject, so we should know what is electricity. Electricity is a form of energy. We have many forms of energy in this universe like light, heat, sound, etc. Electricity is also a form of energy. Then you can ask a question, how electricity can be produced? Electricity is produced by charged particles like electrons and protons. So we have discussed about the charge. We have introduced charge, the term charge. Now we should know what is charge and charged particle. To understand the concept of charge and charged particle, we should know the atomic structure. According to the atomic structure, there are protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons and neutrons are in the nucleus, whereas electrons revolve around the nucleus. Previously it was thought that atom is indivisible, but after the experiment done by Rutherford, it was proved that atom can be divisible into nucleus and electrons around the nucleus. Nucleus consists protons and neutrons, and electrons are revolving in their fixed orbit. It was proved that protons have an influence to repel each other, and also electrons have the same influence to repel each other. It means electrons repel each other and protons also repel each other. And also it was proved that electrons are attracted by the proton and hence they are revolving around the nucleus. So this influence property to attract or repel is known as charge. The particle which has this influence is called charged particle. So as per the atomic theory, we have two fundamental charges, one proton and the second one is electron. Proton charge is considered as positive charge, whereas electron charge is considered as negative charge. So students, we have mainly two charges, protons and electrons, but the property of the charges is one. First one is the like charges repel each other. Suppose two protons are there at a distance, they repel each other, and electrons also repel each other. Unlike charges like positive and negative charges placed at a distance, they attract each other. The second property is every charged particle has some mass. As you know, proton and electron have mass, and also proton mass is greater than that of electron, but the charge of the proton is equal to the charge of the electron. It means proton and electron have equal charges. So as per the atomic theory, there are equal number of protons and electrons. It means atom consists equal positive and negative charges. So here, coming to the units of the charge, how charge can be calculated. We have SI unit and CGS units also, but in general we calculate the charge in SI unit only. So SI unit of the charge is known as Coulomb and the symbol is C. Coulomb is denoted by C. We have the CGS units also. There are two CGS units. One is called electrostatic unit, ESU, and the second one is electromagnetic unit, EMU. ESU and EMU are the two CGS units. So ESU, electrostatic unit, if you convert this into coulombs, this is equal to 3.33 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 10 coulombs. And we have the second unit also, EMU, so electromagnetic unit. Here coming to the charge of the electron and proton. Charge of the electron and proton are equal to each other, but this value equals to 1.6 multiplied by 10 power minus 19 negative value for electron and positive value for proton. In general, the charge of either proton or electron is expressed as E, and so E value is equal to 1.6 multiplied by 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Now, students, we have a very important point here. The charge is quantized. Quantization of charge. Actually, what does mean by quantization of charge? Now we have electrons and protons. Proton charge or electron charge is considered as the minimum charge which can be available naturally. It means we have no other charge which has less than that of the electron or proton. So E value equals to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs here. So the charges, any charged particle, it could not possess all the possible values continuously. So if you take two values between 1 and 2, so there are many values, fractional values between 1 and 2. This is the continuous range, but the charges do not possess the charge, or the value of the charge is not continuous. It should be integral multiple of electron charge. Electron charge is E, which is equals to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So charge Q can be expressed as integral multiple. It means 1 into E, 2 multiplied by E, 3E, 4E, like that. So it can be written as Q equals to NE. So where N equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 integers here. This is known as quantization of charge. Quantization of charge means charge does not possess continuous values, but charge of a particle is always expressed as integral multiples of electron charge. Here we have smaller units also. Coulomb is a larger unit, and we can express the charge in smaller units also. We have 1 millicoulomb, which is equals to 10 power minus 3 coulombs, and 1 microcoulomb, which is equals to 10 power minus 6 coulomb. We have two more smaller units also, nanocoulomb and picocoulomb. 1 nanocoulomb equals to 10 power minus 9 coulomb, and 1 picocoulomb equals to 10 power minus 12 coulomb. So coming to the unit charge. What is meant by unit charge? Unit means in physics per 1. Unit mass means 1 kg in SI system. Unit length means 1 meter, and unit time means 1 second. Like that, we have to define unit charge. Coming to the unit charge, so this is the charge which can produce current equal to 1 ampere in 1 second. So if a charge produces 1 ampere current in 1 second, this is known as unit charge. We introduced this term unit charge. So to define some important properties of the electric field, like intensity of electric field, etc., in further videos. So unit charge plays a very important role in static electricity here. So now so far we have discussed how electricity is produced. Now how many forms of electricities are there? That should be known. Here students, we have two forms of electricity. Static electricity that we are discussing in this video, and the second form is current electricity that can be discussed in further videos. So today in this video we are going to discuss only the basic properties of static electricity. Here, coming to the subject static electricity. How static electricity can be produced? What are the properties of static electricity? And how do you produce static electricity? So the main cause of producing static electricity is valence electrons of atom. Atom consists number of electrons revolving around the nucleus, and some of the elements can have unpaired electrons in the last orbit, which is called valence electron. So this valence electron is feebly attracted by the nucleus, and it can be taken out from the atom, or it can be taken out from the substance easily just by rubbing or increasing the temperature. So if two objects are rubbed, then the electrons are transferred from one object to another object. So this type of process giving charge to the substance is known as electrification. So when two substances are rubbed, due to the friction, electrons are transferred from one object to another object. This transfer of electrons produces electricity, which is known as static electricity. Here, so we can rub any two substances with each other. So substances, when they are rubbed with each other due to friction, and a small amount of heat is produced. By absorbing the amount of heat, small amount of heat, the valence electrons of one object leaves the substance and occupy the second substance. So we have here clearly, here we have a diagram. So how we static electricity possible? Here I can describe you. Here we have two substances here, 1 and 2, and they are rubbed with each other. We have the friction between these two substances, and here after the friction, after rubbing these two here we can see here the number of electrons are transferred from one substance to another substance here. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 electrons, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons are there. So before rubbing it has 5 electrons, this object, and after the friction it has 6 electrons, and one of the electron is transferred from the second object to the first object. So first object gains 1 electron and the second object loses 1 electron. When an electron is lost by a substance, the number of protons in the nucleus is greater than that of the electron. So positive charges are more. We have 5 positive charges within the nucleus and 4 negative charges here around the nucleus. So it has positively charged. And here after rubbing the two substances by friction, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons and 5 protons in the nucleus. So the number of electrons is greater than that of the number of protons. It means negative charge is increased. So by rubbing two substances, one of these substance loses electrons and the second substance gains the electrons. So this is only due to the transfer of valence electrons only. The substance which gain the electrons is negatively charged, and the substance which lose the electron will be positively charged. This process of giving electrons or losing electrons is known as electrification. By electrification, we can give positive charge or negative charge here. Here we have two more substances. One is dry cloth and another is polythene rod. When these two are rubbed with each other, then dry cloth loses some of electrons and the polythene rod gains that many electrons. So polythene rod will be negatively charged and dry cloth is positively charged. Here, when the electrons are transferred from one substance to another substance, these electrons do not move from one point to another point within the substance, but they will stay or they will be at stationary at that point only. This is the reason why this type of electricity is called electrostatics or static electricity. Static electricity is the electricity produced by the transfer of electrons, and the electrons do not move, they are stationary at that point only on the surface of the substance. Here there is no motion of the electrons or the charges, so the charges will not enter inside the substance, they will stay on outer surface of the object only. So this is the electrification of charges here. Coming to the substances which can produce the positive charge or negative charge, which can be electrified by friction. So we have a series of substances here. This is a series of substance here. For that is the cat skin, flannel, sealing wax, glass, cotton, paper, silk, human hand, metals, rubber, resin, amber, sulfur and ebonite. We have these many these many elements or the substances in a series which are arranged in a series. So you can choose any two substances in this series and rub with each other. Then the substance which is in the lower order will get a positive charge, and which is in the higher order will get negative charge. For example, if you take a fur, it is in lower order and ebonite is a higher order element. If you rub these two, fur will get positive charge and ebonite will get negative charge here. So students, in this video we have discussed the charge, quantization of the charge, units of the charge, properties of the charge, and static friction, how static electricity can be produced, and the series of the elements or the substances which can be rubbed and electrified by friction. So students, in the next video we are going to discuss about electric field, electric force and intensity of electric field. Till then we take leave and continue watching to the next video. Thank you.